Oh, it's starting now. All right. Greetings. The topic for today's presentation is Azure Sentinel, and it's being presented by Group D, including me, Arno Pradhan, Charit Saranga, Sofio Lavet, Jagnnath Anuj, and Supatra Majumdar. And I'll be starting off with the first topic. That is, let's move on to the next slide. That is the introduction to Azure Sentinel. So basically, in brief, to talk about Azure, it's a cloud-native security information and event management solution developed by Microsoft that comes under the domain of Azure itself. It helps in organizing and analyzing and also responding collective data and also providing it more secure infrastructure in a way to prevent threats. Um, Here are some of the few known options for as a cloud native SIEM, real-time threat detection, data integration, scalability, automated response, and so on. Moving on to the next slide. We have the importance of cloud native SIEM solution for basic today's security landscape. It says that the shift towards cloud SIEM solution like Azure is driven more by the complexity of modern IT environments in terms of increasing volume of cyber threats, which under the following of them follows scalability, flexibility, cost efficiency, and fast development, deployment, and updates. And to the next slide again, we have evolution of SIEM solutions. So SIEM solutions have evolved significantly over the years, moving from traditional to premise setups to cloud-native architectures. These are early systems which were designed primarily to log events, which are a basic and very core concept in SIEM solutions, I would say. And also some of the cloud native SIEMs like Azure Sentinel addresses legacy solutions such as advanced analytics AI, integration with cloud services, and automation orchestration. Moving on to the next slide, we have another colleague of mine who will be continuing this forward.
Thank you, Arnav. So I would like to continue with Azure Sentinel architecture. So the main things we need to take care of with this is collect, respond, detect, and investigate. So like Azure Sentinel is a cloud native security design if I compare to the native SIEM, which is the security information and event management. Uh, it's like it integrates everything in the Azure and log analysis and Azure Data Explorer for centralized data and analysis. Sentinel gathers like security data from various sources Azure services like Microsoft 365 or any on-premises infrastructure like Active Directory or third-party tools such as firewalls or instructor detection systems. Data injection is like facilitated through connectors that bring together information. Can you go to the next slide, Patra? Okay. Connectors that bring together the information from the cloud environment, like local system and also external tools. These platforms use advanced analysis and machine learning to detect the potential threats, identify things, and also it actually correlates everything regarding the threat intelligence. Sentinel allows a custom rule creation using KQL, which is the Costo query language, enable traded security monitoring. It also supports incident management where detected threats are grouped into an alerts for further investigation. Additionally, Sentinel automates responses through playbooks and provides tools for proactive threat detecting and hunting to prevent the future incidents. So if I go in general, if I compare the unique aspects of Azure Sentinel is that unlike the traditional SIEM solutions, Azure is built on the cloud, offering unmatched scalability and also flexibility. It's like deeply integrated with AI and machine learning parts, so that each and every platform can usually have the threat detection and also resolution directly through the AI, which pops out to the solution and also gives you the alert wherever you go. As a part of this, it provides all the organizational benefits which compared to the traditional SIEM solutions. I would like to hand over the next part to Charit.
Yeah, thanks, Tanuj. In this scenario, we are considering mainly two use cases which implemented Sentinel in real-world scenarios. So first one is TransAlta, which well-known utility sector company which located in Canada, and they had main two problems in their existing monitoring and incident identification system. So one is the most of their systems like re regular systems got non-compliance with the finding the possible vulnerabilities in the system. In addition, the existing security tools that they used went in fragmented state. So as a solution to come out of this, they moved to Sentinel. So when they moved into Sentinel, they were able to integrate the Azure AD and their on-premise systems, including SQL databases and various other sources into the same portal. So by integrating with Sentinel, they were able to have a kind of a simple and very consolidated interface to monitor and identify the threats in the system. In addition, that was a more cost-effective solution for them. And the other thing is they were able to renew their subscriptions along with the other Microsoft products and have kind of a cost-effective renewal as well. Other than that, we have another use case presenting here. That is one of the US healthcare organization called Providence. So this this organization is producing huge number of records, especially the health related records, which known as EHR. So then they were looking for something which is more reliable and more secure method to show their documents and also identify possible threats for their systems. So continuing with Sentinel, their main approach is integrating their existing different sources which they use to manage their records uh, along with Sentinel. And they were mainly looking for the threat detection and also the automated responses that they are getting through the Sentinel. So they were having multiple support teams to monitor the systems. So by implementing Sentinel, they were able to have a proactive monitoring and on-time threat detection and implement the possible solutions on the system threats that they got. While implementing this, they got multiple benefits like they had a centralized view and they got fast responses through the Sentinel and they were able to minimize the risks and have their standards update and have the industry level standard for their system. So continuing with the presentation, I would like to hand over Savio for the rest of the slides. Savio, are you there?
It was on mute. Thanks, Charit. So the main implementing challenges and best practices for Azure Sentinel is that data integration, configuration complexities, and cost management. So these three things matters the most when we are facing the challenges when deploying Azure Sentinel. So the main part is the data integration. In this, we have to combine data from various sources, including on-premises and cloud systems. That can be complex for sometimes. So for this, the solution would be Sentinel connectors and integration tools, which can simplify data collections. And the second challenge would be the configuration complexity, which everyone faces. That is that setting up the Sentinel to meet specific needs, that can be tricky sometimes. So to tackle this, we have built-in templates and Azure, and which can adjust settings as per as needed, as per our needs. And third is the most important, the cost management. Through this, because Sentinel costs lots of money, lots of dollars. If you don't pay attention to it, it will cost you more money. So the cost management thing is the most important part for this. So it would be managed through optimizing data collection and simply implementing retention policies to control cost. Charit, can you go to the next slide? Yes. So the next would be the best practices to deal with these challenges. The first would be define clear goals. Second is implement gradually to those goals, and third is leverage built-in features. So defining goals means to understand what you want to achieve with Sentinel and access your current security situations. So we can start this with focusing on critical use cases and expand as per our needs. And third is implement these goals gradually. So roll out Sentinel in phases, focusing first on initial stage, then on second, we can focus on second initial stage, then this thing goes on, which can continuously adjust configuration based on feedbacks of the customers or the engineers and on based on the new threats as well. Third best practice is to leverage the built-in features. We can take advantage from built-in analytics and AI to enhance our threat detection, so that our Sentinel is more secure and we can perform more operations seamlessly. Charit, can you go to the next slide, please? So third is strategies for optimizing performance and managing costs. Same thing again. In this, we will see how to optimize performance and manage cost of the Sentinel. So we can do through optimized data collection, automate and orchestrate, and third would be regular views. So for optimizing data collection, we can focus on high value data and filter out less value data or less useful logs, and we can implement policies to manage how long data is stored. And third is automate and orchestrate, develop automated responses to handle common incidents. Third would be regular views. We can regularly view the data usage and adjust settings to manage costs effectively. Now the next part will be handled by my friend Suputra. You can go ahead.
Thank you,
Thanks, man.
Savio. I just need to get the access to share my screen. Thank you. I believe you can see my screen, everyone, right?
Yes,
Yeah, we can.
Yeah,
Okay,
we can
thanks
see.
for confirming. Okay, I'll keep it very simple since we have mentioned all over the throughout the presentation all the challenges and what it is basically. So we made it very short presentation due to the credits we have very limited, keeping that in mind. So simply we can find the Sentinel in the search bar of the Microsoft Azure portal. So here you can see there are a couple of instances which are used in the Microsoft Sentinel, and you can simply create one. It is a very simple step. You have to create a new workspace and you have to choose the resource group. Since you can see my resource group is already created, so I am selecting that particular resource group, and you can put anything. Say for example, this is the resource group already I have made earlier, so it is suggesting that I'll mark as test Sentinel EPT instance. Okay, so that is something name I gave to make it easier and easy to remember. Now I just have to simply review and create. If it is validation passed, then it will be creating. It is showing the validation is passed. We'll click on create and we'll wait for it. So at the top right button, you can see the deployment is in progress. We have to wait for a few seconds and maybe in a minute or so. So it will be reflecting here. So now I'm going to the Microsoft Sentinel. Once the deployment is done, we'll be able to see the new one. Now I can see here the deployment is succeeded. So we are supposed to be seeing, okay. So now I'm just showcasing it with the existing instance since it is taking a little longer to show it up here. So basically what you have to do is, let me remove it. We have to go to the configuration. Okay, so the configuration part is at the bottom. here you can see the data connector, and if you go to the overview, there are a lot of options, like it will reflect the incidents, logs, everything. I'll simply create the data connectors. What Sabu has mentioned, the challenges to add certain templates for the connectors. I can quickly show one, like the Azure activity. You can select anything. The certain details are there. I'll click on install. It will be installed in few seconds. And once it is done, we'll be able to see that what are the data connectors we have installed so far. Again, it is taking a little longer and as per the severity, it will reflect the analytical result, and we can summarize the rules here. We can set up the watch list, like any particular instance, it will show. Okay, so now this is the part we have mentioned so far in the basic analysis of the Azure Sentinel and it is used. So I'd like to close our presentation here, and I hope it will be useful to all of you guys. And thanks to my team to make it much easier for us. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Guys.